Hello guys, I'm your sister Rhiza, and now I'm going to present the movie of London Has Fallen. Directed by Baba Jaffe, film series Fallen series, producer Gerard Butler, Chan Thompson, Alan Zweigel, Danny Lermer, Matt O'Toole, Les Weldon, Mateo O'Toole, Mark Hill, production company Millennium Films, Gramercy Feature, and Ennio Image. Did you know guys, London Has Fallen grossed 62 billion US dollar in North America and 143.2 million US dollar in other territories for a worldwide total of 205.9 million US dollar. Against a budget of 60 million US dollar, the film outgrossed its predecessor total of $172 million. In the United States and Canada, pre-release tracking suggested the film would gross 20 to 23 million from 3,490 theater in its opening weekend. Trailing follows the newcomers Zootopia 60 to 70 million production, but besting Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 10 to 12 million production. The film made $850,000 US dollar from its Thursday night preview and 7.6 million on its first day. It went on the gross 21.6 million its opening weekend, finishing second at the box office behind Zootopia 75 million. London Has Fallen is a sequel and movie is a surprising follow-up to The Olympus. In The London Has Fallen, Butler stars as Mike Banning, a Secret Service agent who finds himself on his own with the President Benjamin Asher in London after the city attacked by terrorists. On October 26, 2016, it was announced that the sequel titled Angel Has Fallen is in development, with Gerald Butler reprising his role as well as one against acting as a producer on the film. This features scenes happen to the London Has Fallen trying to protect to President Benjamin. Mike, a Secret Service agent, must find a way to escape with his team when Barkawi, a terrorist, attacked all the world leaders attending the funeral of the British Prime Minister James Wilson. In London Has Fallen, Secret Service agent Mike Banning, or Gerald Butler, is thinking of retiring, especially since his wife is about to have a baby. But before Mike can turn in his badge, the Prime Minister of England dies unexpectedly, and the leaders from all over the globe are invited to London for the funeral, including the US President Asher. Mike accompanies the president across the pond with very little preparation, and once they are there, terrorists launches on all the attacks in the retaliation for the US drone strike 2 years earlier that killed the terrorist family. Mike collects the president and spirit him away through the city street, but with the bad guys disguised as cops and military personnel. Who can he trust? And can he stop the evil master plan? After the death of the British Prime Minister, the world's most powerful leader, they gather in London to pay their respect. Without warning, terrorists unleash a devastating attack that leaves the city in the chaos and ruins. Secret Service agent Mike Banning, or Gerald Butler, spring into the action to bring US President Benjamin Asher to safety. When Asher falls into the hands of the sinister organization, it's up to Banning to save his commander and shift from the horrible fate. Have you heard September 11, 2001 attack? On September 11, 2001, 19 militants associated with the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked four airplanes and carried out the suicide attack against targets in the United States. Two of the planes were flown into the Twin Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. A third plane hit the Pentagon just outside Washington, D.C., and the fourth plane crashed in the field in the Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Almost 3,000 people were killed during the 9/11 terrorist attack, which triggered a major U.S. initiative to combat terrorism and define the presidency of George W. Bush. On September 11, 2001, at 8:45 a.m. on a clear Tuesday morning on American Airlines Boeing 677 loaded with 20,000 gallons of jet fuel crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. The infant left gaffing, burning the hole near the 80th floor of the 110-story skyscraper, instantly killing hundreds of people and trapping hundreds more in higher floor. As the evacuation of the tower and its twin get underway, television cameras broadcasting live image of what initially appeared to be the freak accident. Then 18 minutes after the first plane hit, second being 767 United Airlines Flight 175 appeared out of the sky, turned sharply toward the World Trade Center and sliced into the south lower near the 60th floor. This is the actual picture. Some of terrorists had lived in the United States for more than a year and had taken the flying lesson of the American Commercial Flight School. Others had slipped into the country in the months before September 11 and attacked as the muscle in the operation. The 19 terrorists easily smuggled bags, cutter, and knives through the security at the three East Coast airport, and they boarded four early morning flight bound for the California, choosing because the planes were loaded with the fuels for the as long the transcontinental journey. Soon after the takeoff, the terrorists commanded the four planes and attacked the control that transforming ordinary passenger jet into the guided Twin Tower collapse. Less than 15 minutes after the terrorist attack, the nerve center of the U.S. military, the horror in the New York looked catastrophic turn when the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed is a massive clouds of the dust and smoke. The structural steels of the skyscraper built to withstand wind excess of 200 miles per hour. A larger convectional fire could not withstand the tremendous heat generated by the burning jet fuel. At 10:30 a.m., the north building of the Twin Tower collapsed. Only 6 people in the World Trade Tower at the time of the collapse survived. Almost 10,000 others were treated for injuries, many severe. How many people died in 9/11 attack? A total of 2,996 people were killed in the 9/11 attack, including the 19 terrorist hijackers aboard for the 4 airplanes. Citizens of 78 countries died in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. At the World Trade Center, 2,763 died after the two planes slammed into the Twin Tower. That figure includes the 343 firefighters as the paramedic, 23 New York City police officers, and 37 Port Authority police officers who were struggled to complete an evacuation of the building and save the office worker trapped on the higher floor. At the Pentagon, 189 people were killed, including 64 on American Airlines Flight 77, the airline that struck the building. On the Flight 993, 44 people died when the plane crash landed in the Pennsylvania. Flight 93. Meanwhile, a Fort California bound plane, United Flight 93, was ejected about 40 minutes after leaving the Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey because the plane had been delayed in taking off. Passengers on board learned of events in New York and Washington via cell phone and airport call to the ground. Knowing that the aircraft was not returning to